All I have to say is a queen would never.
Hi, my name is Kayla and I am back with another video. Hello, my name is Kayla. Hi guys, my name is Kayla and I am back. You're gonna have ex-boyfriends. You're gonna have relationships. Like, it's not your fault. It was so much hot tea. Like, hot tea. It was so much hot tea going around. I don't want half of someone's heart. Like, if you are still feeling some way for your summertime, it's the best time to make goals that will help me, better me.
Hi guys, my name is Kayla and I am back with another video. So today we will be recapping season 25, episode 2 of The Bachelor. I did not know I was going to do recaps this season, being that I did not do a recap of episode 1. But I decided it's, Bachelor history, having the first Bachelor of color. And so I will be recapping this season. And we're 2 episodes in. And it has already been very draining. But let's get into this recap without further ado. So this episode starts off with Matt in the shower. No soap, no suds, no towel, nothing. He's just in the shower, skin on skin, just rub-a-dub-dub. Okay, well, it's not rub-a-dub-dub because there isn't no soaps or suds, but it's just rub, okay? Just rubbing his body is basically what this man is doing. So then all of the girls go to the hotel that they're staying at. They get to see what they're going to be living at. Chris comes in and announces that there's going to be 2 one-on-ones and 1 group date. And the first one-on-one date is Bree. They go motorbiking or I don't know, it's just like a big bike, a big machine with handlebars. I don't know if it's a motorbike or a motorcycle. I know it's not a motorcycle, but they go on those things, right? And they're like driving around, and then she gets on his, I think it's called an ATV. She gets on his, and then boom, tips over, falls, because he was like going real fast. And then he's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And then they play in the mud, they end up getting in a hot tub, and they make out, and that was pretty much that date. Then it goes on to the night portion of the date, and this is when they start having conversations. And during the night portion of the date, Bree opens up to him and tells him more about like her family life. Her mom was pregnant at a young age, I believe at 13, and that's when she had Bree. So it's always just been her and her mom. They had a very strong bond, and she found out recently that her mom is pregnant with another child, and that her mom has a fiance and is basically starting like a whole new family. And Bree doesn't really know like where her home is, like where her family is now, being that her mom is starting this new journey of life. They also shared that they both had absentee fathers. Her dad in and out, Matt's dad in and out, so they bonded over that. While they're on the date, the camera goes back over to the group of girls, and Victoria basically says that she does not want to be on a group date. She's not here to make friends. She's here for Matt. She wants the one-on-one. And all of the girls are like, well, you need to be more positive. You need to be more positive. And Victoria's like, no. No. Then we have the group date. And the group date consists of 18 women. 18. 18 women is on this date. I would have just been like, oh, wow. That's a lot of people. So yes, it's 18 women. And then Franco is back. Franco. I love Franco. He's back because they're having a photo shoot type of wedding. All of the women dress up in the wedding dresses, and then they go to take pictures with Matt. And it was only like about 5-6 people in when Chris comes along and is like, yo, we actually about to play a game, and the winner of the game is going to spend the rest of the day with Matt, and then the rest of you all can go home. And then this weird game ensued. The game is called Capture the Heart, and all I know is that it was confusion, chaos, slingshots, paint, and cake. and Franco running around. I had no idea what was going on. If I was a player in the game, I would have been lost because I don't know what was happening. All I know is that they were supposed to get a heart on one, like, just, actually, I don't even know. I literally cannot tell you. It was just a lot of chaos and confusion, okay? I was scratching my head. I did not know what was happening, but the red team won. And a girl from the yellow team was MVB, most valuable bride, and so she was able to go to the night portion as well. So during the nightcap part of the date, Matt gets a chance to talk with Lauren. He says that he wanted to talk to her, but he didn't get a chance because on the first night she wasn't able to talk with him. And so they are talking, and she reveals to him that she wants a man of faith. Coincidence that Matt is a man of faith. He tells her that he usually doesn't lead with that when he's dating because it can be off-putting with like the stereotype of someone who is religious or is a Christian. And so they bond over having faith and the things that they are looking for in a relationship and in a partner. She says that she wants someone who like is able to show her grace and is able to be able to forgive and things like that. And it seemed like just like a really heartfelt conversation. And then I know Victoria talked with him and she tried to get deep. She told him that she thinks about his opinion of her and that when she was picking out the wedding dress, she didn't want to look fat. And she also told him that she doesn't have it all together. He was like, yeah, I don't have it all together too, like, He talked to some others, but then he gave the group date rose to Lauren. So then we have the second one-on-one date, and it's with Sarah. And they took a helicopter, a jet, I don't know. All I know is that the top was missing. There was nothing over their head. Their heads were just out and about in the environment while they're hundreds of feet in the air. That's why I know that. I know that. And I was like, whoa. The other thing that had me like, whoa, was when you could see that the pilot was sitting behind them. How does that work? I was blown away. I was like, first of all, why is the pilot behind the people? How does he see? How do you know where we're going, sir, if my big head is in front of you? I don't understand. Can you point me in the direction as to know, like, how does work? And then two, that they were just flying around with nothing over their head. They were just out and about in the sky. Just out. Like, no, absolutely not. After their jet ride, helicopter ride, they're walking through the woods and there's a couch. So they sit on the couch, they talk about family, and then Matt's like, yeah, you know, I could tell that she's holding something back. And so then during the nightcap of the date, we find out what she's holding back. She has a father who has ALS and is a degenerative disease. That basically it limits a person's mobility, or it limits like what they were once able to do, as in like walking, talking, all of these things. It demobilizes people. And she was talking about how she basically quit her job in broadcasting to become his home caregiver. And it was just really sweet to see the parallels of like how she described it, how she said that, oh, her dad once did her hair, got her ready for school and did these things. And then she's like, well, now I can repay him. I brush his hair. Like the way she described it, it was just so beautiful to like paint the parallels and to like see how things can in life basically become full circle, because it literally is a circle of life. So that was pretty cool. So then we have cocktail hour, and one of the cutest things I've seen was when Abigail, she was the first impression rose, she talked with Matt and they came up with like some code names next door, secret handshake, not handshake, but like a secret like you know, between them two. So like she said when she plays with her ear, she's thinking about him, and he said he'll do the same. Baby, I will be doing that all the time, especially at rose ceremonies. I'll be standing up there and I'll be waiting to see if he did it back. And then we see that Marylynn talks with him, and he gives her an orchid because that's her favorite flower. You know, he thought about her. And then Victoria talks with him, tells him that Marylynn is toxic and manipulative, which causes her to sleep on the couch, that they are no longer roommates due to her behavior. And Matt is like, whoa, like what is going on? Pump the brakes. What's happening? And so Victoria tells him about what's happening. Matt pulls Marylynn aside to talk about it, and she's like, yes, I can tell you 100%, like this is a lie. I'm not manipulative, I'm not this, I'm not that, da da da. And then Matt says, I'ma head out. That took me out. I forget that these people, like the people who are on the show, are younger, so like we talk the same. Like Matt be like, I feel that, and he said, I'ma head out. All I could think about is the SpongeBob meme, and I'm like, we're like in the same age group, so like the way we communicate is the same. And I think that that's so funny now. Like when I was younger, like they didn't talk like how I talk, but now they talk like how I talk. It's just weird. And Marylynn asked to speak with Victoria, and Victoria was like, well, if you sit here, I'm gonna sit here. And then Marylynn's like, well, can I stay here? And Victoria's like, well, if you stay here, I'm gonna move over here. Like, we need space. I need you to look me in my eyes, and we could talk about this. And so then Marylynn says that she would like to apologize for all of the things that she said. And then that's when Victoria cuts her off and was like, well, if you didn't say these things, but you told Matt, then what are you apologizing for? Which I have to give her snaps and claps for that, because that's what I thought in my mind, because you just told Matt that you didn't say these things, this stuff never happened, so why are you apologizing? And so this is where I take this is where this is where I agree with Victoria. Most people don't really like Victoria because she is outspoken. She can have an abrasive personality because she doesn't really like sugarcoat anything, whether her opinions or her feelings is negative, or she doesn't have a positive outlook on a situation that other people may have. She just tells it how it is. And I can appreciate that, especially in a woman, because I feel like as women we are looked at as to be like, oh yeah, but like if that's not how she's feeling, that's not how she's feeling. So I appreciate that. I really do like how she called her out. She was just like, no, like what are you apologizing for if you said these things never happened? And hey, I don't really want to take your apology. I really don't want to sit next to you, and it should be that should be okay. Like, I don't know, I appreciate it. The rose ceremony did not end because someone got sick and it was left on a to be continued. So we'll have to see what happens next week.